Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the High Level Release Radar, where we recap all of the new releases that rolled out this week. It's a holiday episode, Ryan.
It
Happy
is the
Friday.
last one until Christmas, so we're getting festive for you.
I love it. I love it. I am home for the holidays as well in my hometown of Doylestown. It was snowing earlier, it's cold, and I am just loving it.
Amazing.
So I hope everybody's having an awesome Friday as well. And we've got a heavy week of releases this week, right?
We do. We got complacent with some of the light weeks, and it's a big one. So I guess we can get into it.
We are not resting as we roll into the
No.
end of 2024 here. Let me just make sure that we're streaming in all of the places. If you could see us and you could hear us, please say hello in the comments. And I don't see us live on our Facebook page yet. Let me do a refresh here. And I still don't see it. So we might just keep on trucking.
All right.
And hope that we get to all of the places. But I do see some chats coming in. We've got a hello from Shirag. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly over in YouTube. Thanks for saying hi. And what do you say we hop into this week's releases?
All righty.
Let me share that. All right. Release number 1, we're kicking it off with the mobile app. Matt, well, we're coming out of the gate hot, right?
Yeah.
This is Social Planner is now in the mobile app. This is just massive.
Huge update here. Obviously, a very useful update because there's a lot of things that just happen on your phone, right? That you just want to document really quick, send out a social post. And the team did a really great job at incorporating as many, if not all, of the features that are present in the regular desktop app. So here we can kind of just see the flow of how it's kind of going through. You access this on the left-hand side, so that the menu that pops out, you can take a photo, choose from a gallery, etc., and then obviously see the post and schedule it for the future, send it now, and then you can also take a look at the calendar too. So even better for just seeing what's coming up and everything. So things that have been scheduled on the web app, you can see what's happening, parallel with the mobile app.
It looks so good, and I'm so excited. I think this is great. I mean, people produce a lot of content on the go, right? A lot of people use apps like CapCut to edit it up on their phone, and now you can just go ahead and schedule that content out into your calendar right from your phone. Amazing job from the team. This looks just fantastic. I was hoping you had this one as our next update. In addition to the social calendar being on mobile, we now have category queue in the social planner. This one I'm really excited about. Do you want to explain to us what this one looks like?
The idea here is that you can cut up posts that you've already made and make them into certain categories. So like, let's say you've got an inspirational set of inspirational posts that you've sent out, or you've got things that are focused on marketing or maybe business operations or whatever it happens to be. Create your own categories, put the posts in there, and then you can schedule those to go out at a periodic basis. So it'll pull from those buckets essentially, and that helps you to kind of schedule out your evergreen content. One note about this is that you've got to take posts that have already been posted. So working with the team on clarifying some of that in the UI. But if you're looking for kind of how to use this, go to the posts that have already been posted that have categories in them, and then you can start putting them into buckets there.
Yes, this is, I've been waiting for this one for a long time because I think statistically, we talk about this a lot, right? Only a small segment of your followers actually see your content. So it's important to recycle it, repost it. Mm-hmm. So now we can categorize our content into, like you said, buckets, and then schedule the bucket. So, hey, every Tuesday at 2, grab something from my inspirational bucket and post it. Every Wednesday at 8, grab something from my whatever recipe bucket and post it. So it's a really awesome way to just build this dynamic, ongoing, evergreen social calendar that you feed into these category buckets. So big update. It looks like Matt is digging the new social updates as well. Thanks for
yeah.
saying, hey, Matt. Let's see what else. Were there more slides
Well,
for
yeah,
this
there's
one?
a couple more slides just showcasing the UI there. So once you select it, you pick your category, and then on the next slide, you'll see the scheduling for it.
Love
So
it.
nice, clean UI there.
Yeah, it looks great.
Mm-hmm.
All right, our next update of the week comes from the Affiliate Manager, which now gets PayPal support, which is really great because you could pay out via PayPal, right? So I think
Yeah,
this just sort of ties it all together.
exactly. I know that's been a big ask. A lot of affiliate programs run PayPal on PayPal rails, as we used to say in the banking industry, and that is a huge update for a lot of affiliates.
Absolutely. I'm sure they're pumped. Hopefully, we have affiliate management features inside of HighLevel so that you can run affiliate programs for yourself, for your clients. And it's just really robust. And now you can use PayPal. Voice AI got an update this week. We now have support for number and monetary fields plus postal code fields. Ryan, what is this? Let's give it a little context here.
Yeah. So when you've set up a voice AI agent, it's essentially kind of like an employee, and they can answer the phone, and you can give them directions or objectives to achieve. Part of that achieving that objective is usually collecting information, and so these are additional fields that the AI agent can understand and then put in the right places. So for postal codes and so forth. So as time goes on, we'll build out more and more of these. But in this example, like if you need to know their zip code, let's say you may or may not service that zip code, you could action that in a workflow later. But this is the information or the data collection phase where you're telling the AI, hey, get their postal code, and you can put that in there too, and it will of course automatically update that within the contact record.
Exactly. That's what's so
Huge.
great, right? We can prompt our voice AI agents to say, hey, I need you to collect this information from every caller. It will then ask them for it. When the caller says it, it will then store it into the custom field, or in this case, a default field in the contact record. So this is really, next level stuff. And hopefully everybody knows we're in the season of AI still. So AI is free in HighLevel. So if you haven't played with voice AI yet, you should go do so now. It's an opportunity to get your hands on it, get some experience with it without actually incurring charges there.
Yeah. And then on the next screen, it's showing what that's doing. So you can see the incoming call and you see that it's been updated. So their budget gets updated. In this case, some custom fields for ticket ID and numerical values. But it works the exact same way for postal codes too.
Love it. Next up, we rolled out a new certification course. The HIPAA badge is now available. So if you're interested or if you are an expert in HIPAA and HighLevel, you can now, if you're a member of the certified community, hopefully everybody knows we have a certification program, you can now go earn that HIPAA badge, which is awesome. So for folks that are looking for HIPAA help, you can now go to directory.gohighlevel.com and you will see people start earning that HIPAA badge that you could reach out to with your HIPAA questions. Love it.
Yeah.
We're going to continue to roll out more and more badges, so stay tuned for the next one. Ad Manager got an update this week. We've got demographic and behaviors in audience controls.
Yeah. So if you're familiar with Facebook ads, or you maybe heard about this, you can target audience based on a lot of different things. Demographics and behaviors, like things that they like, like, I don't know, if somebody was into personal development and they like Tony Robbins, you want people that like Tony Robbins, let's just say. So now that functionality gets brought into the ad manager, similar to the way that it works in Facebook. And in fact, on the next screen, you'll see, looks like we've got an example of Harvard Business School. So let's say you're searching for people that are interested in Harvard. It will then show you the demographics and the coverage. So like how many people that's really going to impact, stuff like that. So really, really cool stuff there.
Love it. I see we are live now on the Facebook page, although our date is not correct. I'm just going to share this real quickly. The HighLevel release radar. And what are our dates here? We've got December.
We started this week on the 16th and we're ending on the 20th.
Beautiful. All right. Awesome. Now we're live in all the places. And our next release was again from this is another
Yeah,
screenshot
this is
of
just
what we're
showing
talking
like
about.
the breakdown of like when you start searching for stuff, it'll show you the coverage and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, which is great. Obviously, I think most of the time we want to incorporate some demographics and behavioral type stuff into our ad targeting. So now we can do that right within the ad manager. Courses got an update this week. We have email notification preferences plus video thumbnails. This one's pretty great, actually.
Yeah. Let's see here. I think you may have skipped ahead quite a bit because that's at the end of the presentation.
Okay. We'll figure out how to
The good
backtrack.
stuff.
Well, it says I'm only on slide 13. I think you just got yourself out of order there, sir. But
I
let's
don't
talk
know.
about some email notification preferences. This one's
Yeah.
awesome because you can not only select or deselect whether or not you want that email to go out, but if you click the buttons on the right, it could pop up and you can customize the email. So this is like the control that people have been waiting for.
Exactly. Yeah. Everybody's always asking like, hey, you send out these default things, they're great, but like we want to customize it exactly the way that we want it to. And now you can do so. You can enable them, disable them, and then customize the template to your heart's desire. And you can also choose, which template you want. So this one specifically, and I think this is why we might be out of order because we changed the order right before we launched this. But this is for courses, like in the memberships area. There's another update that's very similar for the client portal. So there's sort of two places that courses live. Both of them now have the top line here is that both of them now have this functionality.
Yeah, which is great because everybody's been asking, hey, give us control of these default emails. Now you've got control and you can even customize them, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And then this is the video thumbnail update for courses, which is nice.
You can now choose to have like the video thumbnail listed there or the lesson thumbnail. So sometimes you just want the default lesson one, and you can now choose between the two there.
That's some nice flexibility. I like it.
Yeah.
Voice AI got an update. We now have the call summary, email summaries, and character limit updates. So before it would send, the voice AI would answer a call, and then at the end it would email the transcript, but now it actually, correct me if I'm wrong, puts a little summary of the call at the top above the transcript.
Yes, exactly. And the other thing just to note there there's some character limits that have been implemented there within the voice AI configuration page because there were like too many characters and it was screwing some things up. So that's what the character limits update is all about. But yes, this is a great call summary sort of thing in addition to the transcripts.
Love it.
Yeah.
Next up, here we got another screenshot of that. We also got agent as a backup setting.
Yes. So
run us through this one. I feel like I wasn't able to wrap my head around it when I just scanned it real quickly.
Yeah, there is some copy things that we had to address here, but the agent as a backup, when it's enabled, the agent will behave like it always does. So it'll prioritize the existing flow, act as a backup AI employee for the business. If it's disabled, then calls will be picked up by the agent. So, calls will always be picked up by the agent. Especially useful when testing and sort of improving the voice agents. And then the working hours, it will then also respect the working hours. So if you've got a call that happens outside of the agent's working hours, that call will still follow the existing flow and go to whatever forwarding number has been set up there when the agent as a backup is disabled.
Got it. So disabling is basically saying, hey, I want all the calls to just go straight into the voice AI. I don't want it to ring and give somebody a chance to answer.
Exactly.
That's cool. Because that's probably, if I were to open up my pizza shop today, I would probably send all the calls straight into the voice AI and just have it sort out and forward what needs to come through. So cool. Love it. Next up, the phone system got an update. We have, well, I don't even know what this is. Oh,
Yeah.
this is a
So
registration thing for the UK.
yeah, UK KYC. So UK stands for the United Kingdom, and KYC stands for Know Your Customer. It's a set of regulatory laws about registration. So that deadline is coming up. This is just kind of a reminder about that. There's an in-app reminder as well. But if you're in the UK, you probably know exactly what this is. Make sure you register by the 31st.
Got it. Okay, cool. Another update for phone system. We've got email notification and messaging limits preferences.
Yes. So a couple different things here. You can hang on, I get something dinging in the background here. Sorry. You can set the email notification that you want to be sent out. Basically, what was happening here, and what this is addressing, is that it wasn't just like an agency admin or maybe the agency owner that needed the notification. Maybe there's like VAs or other people that are managing payments. So now when email notifications need to be going out about the phone system, regulatory or otherwise, you can now include additional email addresses or choose the default email address that's going to be sent there. And then you can also, agencies can now, they can choose like daily or daily or monthly custom messaging limits. So what this means is that you can set a list, a limit on the messages themselves, or you can actually break it down by segment too. Like on the next slide, I think I've got a screenshot of the segments. How you can choose like, okay, 10,000 SMSs, or you can do it based on segments, because of course, SMS messages are broken up into segments because that protocol only supports a given number of characters. I think it's 160 or something like that. So if your message is longer than that, it's technically two segments, and it's billed accordingly. And agencies wanted the ability to control the cost there on how many segments were getting sent out or SMS.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's like, hey, I want to make sure one of my sub accounts isn't going to run up
Yeah.
an unexpectedly large bill. I want them to hit a ceiling and then have to reach out to me, and then I can raise that if I want to.
Yeah.
Cool. Love it. We've got a shout out from, oops, wrong one. Dreams API. Hello from Denver. Hello to you.
Hello. Stay warm.
Probably, yeah, nice and chilly over there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've got another. This is a different one. We've got messaging compliance opt-out and error rate updates also for phone system.
Yeah, so this one's a little bit technical, but there are certain instances where agencies or sub-accounts might want to lift a particular restriction. So this is mostly to like address compliance issues and stuff like that. And so this now gives you the ability to temporarily lift an account restriction in order to get some of those errors resolved. Most people won't encounter this, but it's a nice sort of like troubleshooting feature, almost like a backdoor tool to have.
Yeah, I like this. It's basically like, hey, one of your sub accounts kind of got in trouble. The carriers flagged it. You can lift this ban, but I think when you click it, it says something like, I have spoken with my client or whatever. Like, it's just basically telling you, hey, go chat with them about what happened and make sure that they're not going to go make that mistake again. And you get another shot at it, and you can lift that restriction yourself.
Yeah.
Pretty nice. We have another update for the voice AI. We've got call logs for the AI agents now.
Yes.
Which is cool. Are there multiple screenshots for this?
Yes. So there's the call summary, and then you also got the transcript there as well. So when you go in, you'll see a list of all the different, a log of every single call, and then you can choose whether or not you want to look at the summary or the transcript for each one.
Yeah, that's nice. You just see a running log of what it's been doing, and you can go back through it.
Yeah. So you can see the phone number, the call time and duration, actions that were triggered. So it gives you a really good look at like everything that's going on with all those calls.
Love it. Another app update for the mobile app. We now have 2FA security built in.
Yeah. So as you can see there, it's nice and native. When it sends when you go to do your 2FA, which stands for two-factor authentication. It's that second thing that a lot of times people or companies will send you a text message with a code, or maybe they send you an email. Depending on how you have it set up, it will send it to either one of those two channels. And then you've got a really nice, simple, small little place to input that code. One of the best features in iOS is the ability to just tap, enter the code as it comes into email or SMS. So that's a nice security update there.
Sweet.
And then on the next one, we've got similar password reset. So if you need to do a password reset or a change password, you can do it in the mobile app now, which is very convenient.
Yeah, so this is because it's the same credentials, right? If you do it here, you're changing your password when you log in for desktop as well, but now you can do it on the fly.
Precisely. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Ecom got some updates this week. First up, we have expanded text customization options.
Yes. So before, there was a fairly limited number of places that you could update the text, like what is being displayed in a given element. We've now expanded that greatly to the product list, product details, upsell, basically all the different elements for an e-com store. You can customize all the text that's being displayed there for like the headers and the labels and the buttons and stuff. So,
yeah, it's really nice to be able to customize the labels, right? Some people don't want it to say my cart or whatever, checkout, and you can change it to be whatever you'd like.
Yeah.
You can also customize the layout more now. You can choose the amount of columns of products that you want to be displayed.
Yeah. So if you've got a bunch of products and you want them to be displayed in multiple columns, up to 5, you can do that. Or if you just want it super big and chunky, you can do 2 or 3.
I love it. It's nice to have the option,
Mm-hmm.
Payments got an update. We've got invoice reminder updates.
Yes. So there's a couple of different things here. The biggest one is that you can choose whether or not like when the reminders are sent out. So it can be based on the business time zone or the contact time zone, and then you can provide the business hours. By default, it's 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., which I think makes sense. But obviously, we didn't want reminders getting sent out at midnight. So that's kind of the reason for that. For that flexibility there.
Love it.
And just as a note, this only applies to new invoices, like newly created invoices. So when you make this setting change, it's not going to be retroactive into ones that already exist, just new ones that get created.
Good call out there. Affiliate Manager got an update. You now have control over commission length and variable commissions.
Yes. So this
more granular.
Yeah, this is getting super granular. So for those of you, I mean, what this is really targeted for are affiliates that are running, affiliate campaigns, and they want to customize like how many transactions, like commission length would be like, how many transactions do you want this to be for? Like maybe you want to give like a certain, like you want to give like maybe for the first 10 deals that somebody refers over, you're going to give them a certain amount, but then anything after that, you want them on something different. That's sort of what this is speaking to. So if you're a pretty sophisticated affiliate, you know exactly what this is, and I know it's been asked for the past few weeks here, or for past couple months in town halls, and we have now delivered it. So, Merry Christmas!
Yeah, that's pretty cool to be able to say, okay, their first couple of commissions are going to be at this rate, and then moving on, it goes down to this or whatever.
Yeah,
pretty nice.
And you can see on the next screen, it shows a little bit more granularity in terms of that setting of what it is for now, and then after a certain amount of time.
Love it.
Yeah.
Season of AI. As mentioned, we are in the season of AI until the 1st of January. We had an update there. We've got comprehensive season of AI management.
Yes. So this incorporates a lot. It's kind of hard to cover everything here, but the basics are that people wanted the ability to kind of control all facets of it without having to go to multiple different places. And like a lot of things, this is sort of a framework that's going to be applied to a lot of the reselling features. Again, based on a lot of feedback from the community. So really happy to get that feedback and to be able to implement these new features. But This one in particular is just showing you sort of a summary of what's all included. And then there's a bunch of settings, including payments, as you can see on the next screen, where you can change the pricing, all in one screen. So you're not going to 10 different places, which is sort of a big pain point. So we've resolved a lot of that. It'll continue to get better, but love seeing a lot of these updates here to make it easy to manage reselling features.
Absolutely. And hopefully easier to get folks playing with AI before the end of the year while it's still free. We have another one. We've got
this one's pretty big. It was definitely asked for day one, which is to have bulk updates to things. So if you want to enable or disable, you can do it in bulk now. So huge delivery on a big ask from the community on there as well.
Yeah. And as you pointed out, I think we're going to take these learnings and incorporate them from the beginning as we move forward with efforts like this in the future.
Yes.
Documents and contracts got an update. We have recurring payments in 2-in-1 documents.
Yes. So
first off, what is a 2-in-1? Yeah.
A 2-in-1 document. We probably should have a better name for this, but that's what we have right now. 2-in-1 document is, let's say you've got a contract you want somebody to sign, but you also want them to pay the invoice. That's a 2-in-1 document, meaning there's sort of like a progress bar at the top. So when they sign it, it immediately takes them into the payment. Instead of sign the document, we'll send you the invoice. And sometimes it takes a lot more time when that happens. So everything's kind of happening in a flow. But previously, we didn't support recurring payments for that. So maybe you're signing up for a coaching program or a monthly retainer for, or not monthly, but like an annual retainer for HVAC cleaning. So you got your summer and your winter service. You can now have the recurring invoices included in that nice tight flow of sign the contract, pay the invoice, and then it will be a recurring invoice in the future.
Love it.
Yeah.
Super convenient, more optionality. You got to love it. Conversation AI got another update this week. We can configure the contact field update action.
Yeah. So you can now configure as you said, the update contact field action right within the Conversation AI bot. So once that's set up, it includes specific instructions about the bot, about the bot's prompt, I should say, to ask for targeted questions related to those fields. So in other words, if you're looking to get the date of birth, you now have the ability to sort of instruct the bot to make sure that it gets that date of birth.
Sweet.
And that's on the messaging side of it. So
gotcha.
And so the standard fields this is going to support is like business name, street address, city, state, postal code, all that stuff. And then the custom field types, it will support single line text, multi-line text, number, phone, monetary value, and date. So go play with that because I think there's some really cool stuff we can do now with the Conversation AI bots.
Yeah, that's a big one, right? That's kind of like what we were just talking about with voice AI, where you can tell it, hey, I need this information from every conversation, pull it, store it into this field over here.
Totally.
Huge. Our next update is for contacts, and specifically the merge contact bulk action got some nice enhancements this week.
I think I was the most excited for this update. If anybody's dealt with like bulk imports of contacts, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So the whole UI has been refreshed. It mirrors the way that we were importing.
Well, hold on, you're jumping ahead. This one is merge. And then
I am jumping ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's get into this one first. So
I was going to say, wow, for merge contacts, Ryan, you were that excited?
Yeah, I'm getting really excited about this other one. So yes, but at any rate, same idea here. In that the UI has been updated. A big call out and something that I think some folks have encountered is that there are certain things that we're not quite there yet on merging the two things together.
Mm-hmm.
Those are going to be things like payments in particular, and other things within two contexts that can't quite be merged together. So before that happens, there's now on the next screen you'll see like this confirmation page, which reminds you that like, hey, we can't undo this. This is like a permanent change that happens, and I think this will definitely cut down on the number of folks that are inadvertently merging things and not realizing that there's going to be some loss of data and that carryover. Fairly limited problem, but love to see the effort there for sure.
Yeah, and the UI update looks nice as well.
Yeah.
Here's what Ryan has been so excited about this week. The import contact flow got a complete revamp.
Yeah. So I tried to I put like a ton of screenshots in here, but go through it, test it out. Really nice update to the way that importing your contacts works now. It's a lot more clear, at least in my view. You can see things that have been mapped pending, those types of things. You can also have granular control over like which ones you don't want to import. And then the biggest thing for me is on the next screen, it shows you what contact there's an error with. Now, the reason why this is so big is that sometimes you'll import a very large list and there'll be like 30 or 40 contacts that there are errors on, but there wasn't a great way to identify what those were in the CSV so that you could correct them and then re-import a nice clean list and have no errors. Now you have the ability to see what the object was, in this case a contact, the identifier, which in this case we chose to identify by email, and so you can go in and know exactly what's like where your problems actually are. So maybe that's a nerdy update, but I was super stoked to see that.
It is nice. It's really nice. Couple of cleanup items that I think we'll take care of in quick order here, but the new flow of it, the UI of it is really great. So if you've been importing context, I think this technically is in labs. You'll see like a thing you have to enable or whatever when you go to do it. And yeah, check it out. Let us know what you think of the new flow.
Yeah.
Client Portal got an update this week. We have notification preferences for courses, which is very similar to the one
this is why we got out of order, because I put these things at the bottom there. But this is the other side of it. So before we were talking about courses, and courses, you could have your products and your courses in there under the memberships area. But the Client Portal, technically, it's in a different area, and so this is just parity. It's both things now have email settings and the ability to define and edit your default templates.
Yeah, nice.
That's just showing that's just showing the editor and what you can do with it to edit the emails.
Great. Some other enhancements that rolled out this week: documents and contracts got improved rendering for PDFs. I think they did some magic on the back end to like reduce file sizes and whatnot. Yeah. Great work to the team on that one. Did you want to add to that one?
Nope. Just looking better overall for rendering PDFs and docs. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think like it sped up, file size decreased, bunch of good work there. Blogs, we now have the ability to bulk delete posts. Nice little quality of life update there. Season of AI promo defaults to disabled now. Again, all based on your feedback. User creation flow enhancements have been made.
So
there's a lot of stuff coming down the pipe there that's going to make that even better and better.
Yeah, this is kind of step one. But now when you go to create the user, it's going to walk you through their permissions and everything too. So you make sure you have everything set up the right way. Again, just more of a UX improvement, making sure that you know what you're doing. It's really clear and you're going through the process.
And then this last one is pretty impressive, if you ask me. The phone system and the voice AI got an update where the rate limit for voice calls per minute is now 200 calls per minute. And so I don't know, does that mean 200 simultaneous calls? Or, I mean, they have to be simultaneous, right? If you're getting 200 in a minute. So
yes,
really impressive. I know a bunch of people asking, well, can it handle more than one call at once? Yeah, it can handle a bunch of calls at once. So again, if you haven't played with it, I highly encourage you to go test it out.
If you find the limit, let us know. It's very high.
All right. And this week it is time for some very merry upcoming releases. I love the GIF. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Bam. So let's see what we're excited about that is coming soon. Internal chat. Yes, this one was teased at Summit and is getting very close to release. You have any details here, Ryan?
I don't, other than we did go through a whole UI on one of the town halls. It's looking really, really good, and they're getting very close to this. But the idea here is that it's sort of like an internal Slack. So if you're just doing some pretty simple communication, you want to be able to group people together and so forth, create group chats. You can do that internally now, or well, you will be able to do so. Not quite yet. But when this launches, you will be able to do so right within HighLevel, so you won't have to have multiple apps open all at once.
That one's very exciting. Looking forward to that one. And our next coming soon release is Unread Conversation Editor.
Yeah, that was intended to say notification. But anyway, this is a very small, but I think a meaningful update for conversations. I think a lot of people are definitely at the place where they're like, hey, I got so many things going on. I want to see like when I actually need to pay attention to this. And that's coming soon as well. So it does seem kind of small, but I was proud of it. So that's why.
So really, we're talking about this little number bubble here.
Yes.
That is very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm super excited for that one. Great pick, Ryan.
Thanks. And that does it. I think that's the Christmas special.
That is the Christmas special. You weren't lying. That was a heavy week of releases. Team is just cranking it out before the end of the year. And as always, we'd love to know what your favorite release of the week was. What are you most excited about that's coming soon from HighLevel? What are you hoping to see from HighLevel in 2025? And yeah, this is our last release radar before Christmas if you celebrate in the US, but we are all, well, not everybody, but most of us are heading into the end of the year as well here in the North American hemisphere. Did I get that right? I need to go back to school, Ryan. I really do.
Hemisphere, yeah.
There we go.
Northwestern. But yeah, great year, everybody. I think we'll see you probably before the end of the year. Yes,
we will.
Next week to the
we'll have to do something fun, right?
One more.
Maybe we do like maybe we do like our favorite releases of the year or something. I don't know. Let us know what you guys want to do next Friday. Awesome. Yeah, we'll just load Ryan up. Have a great weekend, everybody. Have a great week. Happy holidays.